We hear a lot of talk these days about fair trade, making sure the people who produce what we consume are compensated fairly for their labor. But in the first of a four-part series, reporter Linda Aylesworth and cameraman Sergio Magro take us beyond fair trade, traveling to coffee country in remote northern Thailand, where a Vancouver man is helping raise an entire village out of poverty. His expertise is offering the villagers nothing more than what they deserve, a chance to help themselves. And the story begins at the northern tip of Thailand, a rural area north of the city of Chiang Rai, near the border with Myanmar, a place few Westerners have ever seen, but which now sends coffee to our store shelves.
We are a coffee-loving nation. The average Canadian consumes nearly 1,000 cups every year. But increasingly, we are demanding more than a heady aroma and full-bodied taste. We want to know that the people who grow our beans are being paid fairly for their work. People like the Aka of northern Thailand. High in the mountains, in a place called Doi Chaang, the Aka Hill tribe has been growing and harvesting high-quality Arabica coffee beans for 20 years. But in spite of their hard work, discrimination and unscrupulous coffee brokers have kept them from rising out of poverty.
These people is nothing worse than a dog. Okay, they look down. That's why, the children, they're not to go to school. I may say, even teachers, they just look down at our people.
Wicha Pramyong, a successful entrepreneur originally from southern Thailand, came to Doi Chaang village 10 years ago in answer to an Aka leader's request for help.
We had a problem here in Doi Chaang. We weren't being paid very much for our beans, and we couldn't go down to town to sell them. That's why I went to see Wicha.
They couldn't go to town to sell their crops because they didn't have Thai ID, a document required of those born without proof of citizenship. And since the Aka were not born in city hospitals, but in their mountain villages, they had few, if any, rights.
Just few of them that has the ID card. The people that have no ID card, the Thai ID card, you cannot go anywhere. You just have to be here. You go down, the police take you to the prison already.
The Aka are no strangers to hardship. Living within South Asia's notorious Golden Triangle, they were for decades opium farmers. At first they grew and processed it legally for medicinal purposes. Then the drug traders arrived.
This one is Indian rupee. At that time we have two kinds. This is about 96.5% of the silver that they used to trade for opium all over in this area.
Wicha keeps a small museum filled with artifacts from those dark days, which came to an end when the king of Thailand asked them to stop growing opium poppies and offered replacement crops like coffee, something they were still struggling with when Wicha arrived.
I don't know anything about coffee, so I asked him, just wait, give me time to study about coffee. So I took like 7 months to study about coffee.
While studying in Bangkok, he learned that the Aka were being paid a mere fraction of what their beans were actually worth. It was an injustice, he mentioned, to Porn Prapa Boon Musik, also known as Sandra, at a coffee exhibition.
I think, they have potential to go international. The Thai market here is not enough for them. They should let people around the world know the good quality in Thailand, in Doi Chaang.
Sandra decided to contact John Darch, a retired Canadian mining executive who had conducted business in Thailand for over 20 years.
She told me that I should meet an individual who is a cross between a hippie and a monk, and a guy who had decided to make a commitment to help an unknown hill tribe create a world-class coffee.
And so a meeting between John and Wicha was arranged.
He's good. He's a kind man, When I talk to Kun John, he never talk about money. He talk about, okay, he will find the way to help our people. This is what I like.
Before long, they reached an agreement. John would create the Doi Chaang Coffee Company, based out of Vancouver, and would pay the farmers beyond fair trade prices for their beans. That's 50% more than fair trade.
And in addition to that, give them 50% of the Canadian company, which my family would fund 100% of.
Just 3.5 years later, Doi Chaang Coffee is appearing on Canadian shelves and in Canadian coffee shops. It's even being sold by Harrods in London. The company has yet to turn a profit, but these are early days. In the meantime, the farmers are being paid fairly for the first time in their lives and using their earnings to grow their business.
When I first came, we have just only about 200 acres. Now we have more than 8,000 acres together. The whole village, 99% grow coffee. Everybody work in the farm, work together. That's happy.
I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to see if by taking the coffee to North America and introducing it, that I would be able to add to what Doi Chaang wanted to do, build on his vision.
And in so doing, enable a hard-working and much deserving people to raise themselves out of poverty.
And tomorrow night, Linda gets a little deeper into the relationship between John Darch and the Aka Hill tribe, showing us just how far the business has come since he came on board. And if you'd like to see exclusive web footage shot during Linda and Sergio's trip to Thailand, including what Linda swears is the world's largest worm, honestly, it looks more like a snake, along with Sergio's Thailand journal, go to our website at globaltvbc.com and look for the link on the homepage.